been a lone wolf since I was a child, and nobody was ever there for me. Nobody ever cared of how I truly felt, and still today, nobody cares of how I feel because I'm a man and I'm not supposed to have mental health. I'm not supposed to deal with mental health. We're taught, instructed since birth to not have emotions. We're not supposed to express our emotions. Nobody cares of how we feel. Nobody cares what we think. And me personally, I don't fuck with nobody. So I don't have any friends. I don't have any real friends. Everyone who I thought I mattered most to, I absolutely meant nothing to. So I could disappear today and nobody cares. I agree. And nobody cares. And that's the sad truth. I mean, it's fucked up. However, I'm a realist, a perfectionist, brutally honest. I'm a Pisces. I'm emotional. I wear my heart on my sleeves. I'm brutally honest, and I have no idea how to hide my emotions. I don't know how to filter my thoughts, and I push it out from my lungs and my throat, out from the chest and from my heart and my soul collective and my consciousness. I put myself out there intuitively, and whoever listens, listens. Whoever cares, cares. And I don't give a fuck in the world what you fucking think about me, so fuck you too. So if you are one of these people who don't give a fuck about me, whatever. If you don't like being a part of my life, get the fuck out of my life. There's a motherfucking door. So the one thing my most recent ex had taught me, once again, I've disappointed myself. Once again, I'm treated as a sexual object. Once again, I'm only seen for my physical attraction and my material wealth and my luxury designer shit. And once again, my heart is not placed in the best interest of somebody else's hands. And once again, I'm actually treated as an option. Once again, a toxic woman who cares nothing or values nothing of me, and they only see me for materialistic shit. I don't care about none of this shit. It's fucking designer shit. I had to submerge myself and quote unquote conform myself, at the same time being rebellious towards the greater status quo society, by submerging myself, consuming myself with designer shit, because that's the only way that you're ever taken not only seriously respected, but seen and recognized for being alive. And that's fucking sad though. Like, you have to keep up with the trends and like be part of the status quo, like designer shit, just to be liked, quote unquote liked. I put that in quotation marks because people pretend like they care for you, but they really don't. They say that they throw the L word around. They throw around that love word like my ex did to me. However, she and other people like her feel absolutely nothing for me. They don't feel a fucking thing for me. And, I call her every single thing in a book: narcissistic, toxic, entitled, ignorant-minded, self-justified, and this victim mentality. And I have not once heard not a real introspective, philosophical, psychological, in-depth conversation of anything. I'm very much an open book. I'm here if you want to ask me questions to get to know me and my past. I'm a bit ashamed of my past. I won't lie. And I've made my past mistakes. However, I'm not the same person that I used to be 1 year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago. So the people that they think that they know me now, because based off of who I used to be, I'm not the same person as I am now. I can guarantee you I'm not the same fucking person. I've changed a lot. I've went through scars, endless scars, and stories of like so many different traumas and afflictions that I had to learn from and grow from and ascend and awaken from. Bottom line is that I've always done right by everyone in my life, and I feel like I mean absolutely nothing to everybody else around me, as if I'm just this object of nothingness and emptiness that I've buried myself inside of for so long, and I'm so familiarized with this eternal black abyss in nothingness and purgatory. And once again, I find myself crawling back into the state of purgatory because of people that pretend like they care for me, that they love me. They throw around this word, they act like they care for me, but they don't. They really don't. People don't care of how I feel or what I'm struggling with on a regular basis and a routine basis. I've got 1,000 things to say at the end of the day, but nobody really even talked to about it. Nobody checks upon me. I could disappear right now in this fucking second, and nobody cares. Nobody gives a plastic fuck. They really don't. I create these videos, and I'm passionate about creating these videos because I come from a place of relatability. I want you to relate to me and me to relate to you, and I'm only here to inspire, to influence people for the positive, to reawaken your mind, reconfigure your thought process in your mind, help you to realign your life purpose, to help you to find your purpose in this life, in this mortality. And this life is truly isolating. It's truly a struggle. And I've come from a place of heartbreaks and tragedies and deaths and trauma. And I come up from nothing. I literally lived with my ex-wife in a FEMA trailer for 2 fucking years in confined space that was so claustrophobic. Okay. I spent 8 years in the South in Alabama, and literally in the projects, in like the fucking hood, where the trap house was right next to my fucking house, and it was drug deal fucking going on, and fucking cracking, like homeless, like people fucking everywhere, you know. And I come from the hood, you know, from the trenches, and I've had like 20 years spent on a fucking ranch and farm, and man, I get it, man. You know, I come up from life of like having nothing, man. So I had to work my ass off to get myself to this point in my life, and I had to believe in myself. Of all the times I could have given up, and I'd given up on myself, there was a few times where I'd almost given up on myself. But I made it here. I made it here because I had to remind myself that I'm enough. I made it here because I had to remind myself that I am worthy. I deserve happiness. I deserve positive greatness. Positive things are manifest for me in my life because I've obeyed by the 9 laws of the universe, or if not more. The law of polarity, the law of attraction, the law of correspondence, the law of karma, the law of everything the laws of polarity, everything that I have to embody into my life. And I'm blessed, and I'm blessing myself every day of my life, and I'm praying and I'm manifesting. I'm repenting for my sins every day of my life. I'm praying to God and the universe, and like, you know, you can believe in what you want to believe in. I hold no judgment here. This is a safe space on this channel. I don't judge anybody, and I allow you the opportunity to open yourself up divinely to blessing yourself and open up to me. And I want you guys to open up to me. I want you guys to leave your comments below, and please do. I know for a while I had to shut my comments off because people were acting a damn fool, talking all sorts of stupid ass shit. But I'm allowing you in this time to write in the comments below of anything that you're going through, anything you're struggling with, anything that you want to open up to me about, and I will always be there for you. I'll always be there. I'm the type of person, I'm loyal to the fault. I'm a ride or die type person. So I've always been there for other people, and it was nothing ever reciprocal. I never received anything back. I never received anything back from my exes. I never received anything back from my past friendships. And it's surreal. It's tragic and fucking sad and disgusting. So that's where I stand upon. And I don't intend to make this video depressing or a rant or anything, but I'm just simply expressing of like how I feel, what I've been going through as of recent, as of late. You know, me personally, I feel like I've been treated like an option, like a convenience for people, and I mean absolutely nothing to anybody. And I mean, that's it. So if you are someone who truly loves and supports me, thank you. And they say that actions speak louder than words, but I'm still yet to seeing actions manifesting into reality from other people that say that they love me, quote unquote. And let's meet up at a coffee shop. You know who you are. You're my ex. Meet up at a coffee shop, sit at a library, sit down, have a in-depth, introspective, enlightened conversation, and put the cards all out on the table, lay it all out. And, you know, like I said, I've given my entire world to I've given my entire world and complete devotion and loyalty to other people, only to not have that being reciprocated or respected. And I sacrificed my entire world while I was collapsing and falling apart. So don't talk to me about loyalty. I've done this for friendships. I've done this for romantic relationships. I've done this for everybody, virtually everybody in my life. And what do I get? Like, I don't get anything out of it in return. I don't get a simple thank you. I don't get a simple I love you. I don't get a simple, I'll be here with you till the end of time, like I've always told other people. And simply because I'm a man, because people don't care of how I feel or internalize like what I think about, like what I struggle with every single day of my life, and my depression, my mental scars, like my scars from my past. It's not a fucking joke. You don't know me in my past, all I've been through in my life. So please don't talk to me about the tragedies of my life, or what I experienced, what I not experienced, because I'm a soldier. I'll always be a soldier, a warrior. Takes a hell of a lot of courage to be who I am, and being alive with the memories, with the bullshit, with all the things. And people that are hurting, they spread their toxicity because it's convenient, because they don't understand how to heal themselves. And whenever I got up in a relationship with someone, my greatest intention, what I've always checked up on other people. I've always asked people like how they're doing every day. If my coworkers, my neighbors, whatever. I've always asked people every day like, how you feeling today? Are you happy? Are you doing all right? You straight? So my intention being in a relationship with someone was not only to healing myself, but to healing that person, healing each other, helping each other fundamentally, and build upon our foundations. And there's no such thing as a perfect relationship. I have too big of a heart. I've got the purest intentions. I've got good positive energy to myself. I'm a solid human being. I know myself more than anyone else might think that they know me, but they really don't. And I align myself with the synchronicities of God and the divine and the universe, attuning myself that I keep my karma straight. And I know that the people that cross me, their karma is fucked up, to say the least. I have to seem like I know myself, and I know that I'm a good person, and I might have fucked up before in my past, but who hasn't, right? Who hasn't? So if you're one to sit there and judge me for making a past few little mistakes, then you have no room to being in my life, because you want to base off a few little errors of my life and my decisions and my wrongdoings, and you base off your judgment on me entirely, of the characteristics of light and the outcome of my future as well as my present. You don't get to make that decision. You don't get to make that assumption over me. You don't get to make that judgment call over me, because there's a lot more errors and flaws and weaknesses in your life than compared to mine, and past mistakes you have committed. And you want to sit there to vilify and judge me and hang me on a cross and tie the noose of your judgment around my throat. Wow. I just got to say, like, congratulations. If you are the first one among you who is without sin, who is without imperfections, you to be the first one to cast the first stone, congratulations. So, anyway, I just have to say the things that I do, because I'm brutally honest. I put my emotions, my heart out there into the airwaves and my airspace, and I put it out there, and words cast spells. So I'm not trying to say anything that would ultimately inevitably curse myself. So I'm trying to speak as positive as possible.